Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I will be setting up the June budget. All of the stickers that I will be using today is from my Etsy shop called LML Stickers. That link will always be in the description box in case you want to check that out. I am so sorry, I cannot talk right now for some reason. Alright. So all the stickers that I just showed you now, they actually, there's a specific listing for it and it's called the Complete Kit, and what you get is the June budget, weekly check-in, sinking funds, transaction log, 3 washies of different patterns, and then the matching thin washi to go with that as well. It's all for $18, which I priced it so you would save some money rather than just buying them all separate. And of course there are add-ons in case you need that. So if you need like a bill tracker or a debt tracker, or savings tracker, spending tracker, that type of stuff, I also have that in my shop. And you can add that on to your complete kit. Also, if you see me struggling with this budget, trying to get the stickers off, my machine cut too deep, so that's why I took these instead of putting them in my inventory to sell to you guys, because if I got stickers like that I would not be happy. So I take all of the ones that I mess up on, you know, with the printing errors or the cutting errors, so that you guys don't get them. And like same with my mom does budgeting, and so she got one of these messed up June budgets because 2 of these fit on one sheet for cutting, and so obviously both of them cut too deep. So I got one and my mom got one. 1, 2, 3. I always leave 3 spaces for income, 1 for me, 1 for Ethan, and 1 for other. I think I'm going to do this one. Then I like to put this thin washi in here to help break up my income and my expenses. And you can either use the expenses to list them all in one, or you can use the variable and fixed expenses to break them up, which I have a lot of expenses, so the variable and fixed is always what I go for. Plus, I just like that better. Alright, now that I've got everything, you know, laid down and our categories in, I'm going to take you through what we're estimating and budgeting for the month. So Ethan, he got a new job. I don't know how much to expect in his paycheck. He is getting paid more than his last job, which is always good. However, he basically put in his 2 weeks and got laid off immediately at his old job, so for those 2 weeks he's not getting paid, which means for the first 2 weeks of June he shouldn't be receiving a paycheck. I want to say, or no, the last week in May, and I don't know, no, first 2 weeks in June, I think. I don't know, I could be doing this math totally wrong, but I'd rather under budget for income than over budget for income. So I just put in $1,500. I expect him to bring in way more than $1,500, but worst case scenario, he only brings in $1,500. So I don't know with his new job. For me, hopefully I will be hitting that 2,000 threshold. I've been pretty much going around 2,000, so I'm hoping that this month that I'm actually budgeting 2,000, it is that. And then other, I always put 0, but I do pay myself from my business, and that's where other comes in. It's what I get from my business. It's if we get any returns or anything like that, any refunds, any rebates, anything like that, that's where that would go. Next up is our groceries. So because I don't know how income is going to be, everything is kind of very basic, bare bones type of deal. I definitely could have done more bare bones, but it's fine. So groceries, we can usually stick to a $300 budget, pretty good. Household, $25. This is the one that we struggle with, but if I know that we don't absolutely 100% need it right then and there, I'll wait. Eating out, we always do $100. Pets is $165. Gas for the cars is going to be $125. Both of us work within 10 minutes of our house, so it's super nice. Allowance is always $100. Credit cards is going to be $111 this month. Car insurance, budgeting $169. And then unbudgeted, of course, we want to budget 0. So our variable expenses are $1,095. Alright, fixed expenses. Mortgage is $1,032.20. The Kia is $319. The Jeep is $500. Spotify is $12.99. Verizon, which is our internet, is $69.99. NYSEG, which is our electric and gas for our house, is $111.75. Hulu Live is $69.99. Our phones are $112.49. And sinking funds, I am still putting away just a little bit. It's going to be $250. So our total fixed expenses is $2,478.41. So this is where like it gets a little scary for some people, but for me, I'm not worried about it. Our potential savings as of right now while I'm making this is actually negative $73.41, which means we really need to be on our game about coming in under budget or staying on budget, but also hoping that I am doing the math wrong with Ethan's income. But like I said, I'd rather overestimate for expenses and underestimate for income, so I'm sure that we are not going to be losing money. If we do end up losing $75 in the end, it's $75 and we'll make it up the next month. I'm not too worried about it. Now I'm going to set up my weekly check-in. Okay, so now that I've got everything else set up, let's continue. So, sinking funds, I'm not going to put in the beginning just because I have not closed out May yet, so I don't 100% know if we're going to spend some money in sinking funds for the next 2 days. I don't know. So I'm just going to leave the beginning blank and just fill in what we're adding in for the month, which is very basic. We're only doing $250 this month. Normally it's like about doubled that. So for baby, obviously we don't have, we're not expecting one, so that comes on the back burner, $0. Car maintenance, we have a pretty good chunk of change in there, probably about $450 or whatever. So that can skip a month, so that's also getting 0. Christmas is no matter what going to happen at the end of the year, and it's going to be here before we know it. We're going to continue throwing in $100. Clothing for Ethan, he just got a bunch of new clothing, so I'm going to put in 0 for him, so obviously also 0 for me. Entertainment, I know we did a lot in entertainment, so I know it's going to be in the negative. So I'm going to just put in $50 and hope that'll get it into the positive. Gifts, another one that I've been struggling with, but also I know that I have a birthday that I will need to attend to. So I'm going to put in $50 there and hope for the best. Hope that's enough. House, we have a lot in house, so that's funded pretty good. Normally I put in 100, but this month I'm only doing 50 because obviously we need to do the bare minimum. Medical, obviously no medical debt right now, so $0. Pets, same thing, we've got a good chunk of change in there, so $0. And vacation, also getting $0 because we don't have one planned, and we don't plan on going on one for a little bit, especially because Ethan just got a new job, so he obviously does not have any time to use. So that is it for sinking funds, and that is actually it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. This is what everything looks like together. Sinking funds transaction log, I use this to track what categories we spent out of for sinking funds, and then weekly check-in. This is to check in on our monthly budget every week, because if I didn't, then we would obviously go way over budget at the end of the month, and then asking ourselves, where did that money go? And then here at least I can pinpoint it, you know. And then yeah, our budget. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will be posting the May budget closeout video very, very soon, so stay tuned for that as well. Bye, guys.